Guinea Water Tower of West Africa. Welcome to this video on Guinea's history and political system. Guinea is a West African country with a rich and diverse history. This video will briefly overview Guinea's colonial past, independence, and current political system. Guinea is a country located on the west coast of Africa. It borders Guinea-Bissau to the north, Senegal to the north and northeast, Mali to the northeast and east, Ivory Coast to the southeast, Liberia to the south, and Sierra Leone to the west. The Atlantic Ocean lies to the west of Guinea, and the capital city of Guinea is Conakry, located on the country's coast. Colonization. Like numerous African countries, Guinea was colonized by European powers in the late 19th and early 20th centuries. In the case of Guinea, it was colonized by the French, who established their presence in the area in the 1880s. The French established trading posts along the coast and gradually extended their control inland through military conquest and diplomacy with local leaders. By the early 20th century, they had established firm control over the region and created the colony of French Guinea. Under French colonial rule, Guinea's economy was largely geared towards the extraction of natural resources, such as rubber, palm oil, and timber. French companies were granted concessions to exploit these resources, which were then shipped back to France. The French also established a system of forced labor known as the corvée, which required Guineans to work on public projects without pay. The French also introduced a system of indirect rule, in which local leaders were given some degree of authority in exchange for their loyalty to the French. This system allowed the French to maintain control over Guinea while minimizing their administrative and military presence there. During World War II, Guinea played an essential role as a base for Allied forces in West Africa. However, after the war, Guinea remained a French colony, despite growing demands for independence from local leaders and the wider population. Independence. In 1958, Guinea became the first French colony in Africa to declare independence under the leadership of Sekou Toure. Toure was a revolutionary leader who advocated for a socialist and pan-Africanist vision for Guinea. He rejected France's offer to remain part of a Franco-African community and instead opted for complete independence. When Guinea refused to sign the Pacte Agreement in 1958 and instead chose to declare independence from France, the French government responded with several punitive measures to undermine Guinea's economy and isolate the country internationally. Among the measures France took were the withdrawal of French technical experts and financial support from Guinea, the suspension of all economic and commercial relations with the country, and the expulsion of Guinean workers from French companies operating in Guinea. These actions significantly impacted Guinea's economy, which was heavily dependent on exports to France and French technical assistance. In addition, Guinea's isolation from the international community made it difficult for the country to secure new trade and investment partnerships. Despite these challenges, however, Guinea established diplomatic relations with some other countries, including the Soviet Union and China, and began to pursue a policy of non-alignment in the Cold War. Guinea also sought an ambitious economic development program, investing in education, health, and infrastructure projects to modernize the country and reduce its dependence on foreign assistance. Ahmed Sekou Toure. Sekou Toure was a Guinean political leader and one of the most influential figures in the country's struggle for independence from France. He was born in 1922 in the town of Ferrana in southeastern Guinea. Toure began his political career as a trade unionist, organizing workers in Guinea's mining and agricultural sectors. He later became involved in nationalist politics and, in 1947, helped found the Democratic Party of Guinea, PDG, which would become the leading political party in the country. A solid commitment to socialism, pan-Africanism, and national liberation characterized Toure's leadership of the PDG. He was a vocal critic of French colonial rule in Guinea and was crucial in organizing the country's independence movement. After Guinea declared independence from France in 1958, Toure became the country's first president, a position he held until he died in 1984. During his time in office, he pursued a policy of socialist development, nationalizing key industries and investing in education, health, and infrastructure projects. Sekou Toure played an essential role in strengthening the unity of Africa through his commitment to Pan-Africanism and his support for the liberation struggles of other African countries. Toure was a vocal advocate of Pan-Africanism, the idea that African countries should work together to achieve political and economic independence, and to promote social and cultural solidarity among the people of Africa. He believed that Africa's problems could only be solved through unity and cooperation, and he worked tirelessly to promote these ideals within Guinea and throughout the continent. One of Toure's most significant contributions to the unity of Africa was his support for the liberation struggles of other African countries. Guinea provided financial, diplomatic, and military assistance to several liberation movements throughout the continent, including those in Angola, Mozambique, and South Africa. Guinea also played a leading role in forming the Organization of African Unity, OAU, a Pan-African organization established in 1963 to promote unity and cooperation among African states. Toure's commitment to Pan-Africanism and his support for the liberation struggles of other African countries helped to strengthen the bonds of solidarity among African people and to promote the idea that Africa could be a powerful force in the world. His legacy continues to inspire Pan-Africanists and liberation movements throughout the continent today. Today, Guinea is a multi-party democratic republic with a presidential system of government. The current interim president Colonel Mamadi Doumbouya came in after the coup of Alpha Condé. Guinea's economy forecast. Guinea's economy is primarily based on mining, notably bauxite, gold, and diamonds. Agriculture and forestry also play an essential role in the economy. Despite its natural resources, Guinea remains one of the poorest countries in the world, with high levels of poverty and inequality. While their leaders have certainly played a role in this, it is essential to note that poverty in Guinea is not solely the result of internal factors. The West has contributed to poverty in Guinea. One of the most significant of these is through economic policies and practices that favor developed countries over developing ones. For example, many Western countries have implemented trade policies that make it difficult for countries like Guinea to compete in the global marketplace. This has made it difficult for Guinea to earn foreign exchange and develop its industries and markets. In addition, many Western countries have also contributed to the corruption problem in Guinea. By providing financial assistance to the government without ensuring that these funds are used transparently and accountable. This has allowed corrupt officials to siphon off funds for development projects, leading to a lack of progress in reducing poverty and improving living standards for ordinary Guineans. Another way the West has contributed to Guinea's poverty is by exploiting natural resources. Many Western companies have been accused of using Guinea's weak regulatory environment to extract resources like bauxite and gold without providing adequate compensation or benefit to local communities. Guinea's future prospect. Guinea may face challenges in the years ahead, including promoting economic development, addressing corruption and human rights abuses, and maintaining political stability. However, it also has significant potential for growth and development, particularly in its natural resources and human capital. The guinea pig misconception. The term guinea pig is often associated with the country of Guinea in West Africa, leading to the misconception that the animal originated from Guinea. However, this is different. The guinea pig, also known as the cavy, is native to the Andes region of South America, specifically Peru, Ecuador, and Bolivia. The animal was domesticated by indigenous people in the region over 7,000 years ago and became an important food source and cultural symbol. The exact origins of the term guinea in guinea pig are not entirely clear, but it is thought to have been a reference to the animal's price or to its perceived exoticism. In any case, it is clear that the guinea pig has no direct association with Guinea, either the country or the region of West Africa. So, while the term guinea pig may be misleading, it is important to remember that this beloved pet and laboratory animal has a rich history and cultural significance in South America, where it has been an important part of indigenous culture for thousands of years. Thank you for joining us on this brief overview of Guinea's history and political system. We hope you have better understood this fascinating country and its prospects. Thank you for watching.